Hey everyone, this is Ro from tired.No here for a weekly check-in. If this is your first time here, this is just my personal YouTube channel where I kind of go through my checklist weekly of things I didn't get to do and things that I got to do off of my weekly wellness and productivity checklist. These are things that basically in the beginning of the year I consider to be most important in order for me to progress and reach my personal and professional goals. And it varies week to week, but there are certain things that stay the same. Some of which are basically exercising, meditation, keeping a healthy diet, healthy to me because I have my own, requirements and health needs that it's going to vary from person to person. But me, I have specific things I need to get done. And I need to, specific things that I need to consume or stay away from, basically. That sort of thing. This also consists of leisure activities that I would like to do every week. Just to balance the amount of work that I have to do during the day job, as well as the amount of work I dedicate in other areas of my life. And that way it doesn't seem like a continuous kind of grind where there's really no room for fun, and that's not something I really want to do. I need to it sounds so corny, but work hard, play hard kind of thing. I'm really terrible at the play hard part, so leisure activities could include, to me, setting aside some time for TV, for watching movies or favorite shows, or sitting down for an hour or two for gaming. Could be just reading for fun, could be playing board games, that sort of stuff. I also, every week I try to sit down and work on some drawings, something creative to feed my soul, if you will. Nothing fancy, just my little ink abstract drawings that you can see in previous videos. And that's basically it. And every week, thus far, I have been checking in and kind of letting you all know what I got done and what I didn't get done. So now that you're caught up with that, what did I get done this past week? What did I get done off that list? I did get to squeeze in some exercise at the beginning of the week, which is nice. A little bit of cardio, trying to get back in the swing of things. I can definitely tell that I'm a little behind on my usual workouts because I'm getting tired way too early into it. So, however, I don't want to focus on the negative. So, the good thing is that I got that in and got the heart rate going, which is, essentially what I want to do. So, there's my cat again. My cat does this every week. And this is the cat that, like I said in my previous video, when she meows, nothing usually comes out. It's like a silent meow. Like her mouth opens but nothing comes out. It's just her style. However, when I'm recording, that's when she wants to make all this ruckus. So, you're just gonna hear a raspy little cat meow in the background. She's the oldest cat in the house. We have 3. And the other 2 are basically 3 years old. And she's, 15? Going on 16. We're not too sure, but she's definitely older than 3. So anyway, got sidetracked. So I got my exercise in. Not nearly as much as I usually like to do, which is about three times a week. But it's something. I got to meditate. There she is, trying to sharpen her claws again. She's really being very disruptive right now. It's nuts. I got my meditation in. Twice. It's the end of day meditation, the longer sessions. The second time I actually I think I fell asleep during, which is nice, but the recorded audio in the background still kept playing because when I woke up I still had my earbuds on my ear and it played through, so I got that in, which is always a plus. I prefer to meditate daily. But nowadays, I squeeze in as many times as I can get away with, Okay, so those are two things so far that I got done. Leisure time. I got some reading done this past week. It's one of those self-development type books. I believe the author's name is Brian Tracy, and the book is called Eat That Frog. It's really an easy, quick read. Probably about 2/3 into it right now. It just has an easy to read kind of, you can go through it without any issues. It's in that kind of tone and voice where it's just, there's really no pretenses to it. It's just pretty straightforward, but which is nice to do every so often. And I'm still actually reading through Grit. That's a little more involved. I think I'm about halfway done with that. It's a little more beefy, I think. Again, it's a personal development type thing. That one's by Angela Duckworth. Not that it's a bad book. I don't think it is. It's a really good book, but it's one of those things that has so much content. I like to kind of pause and think about what I just read, and I take notes as well. So it's taking me a little longer. Whereas the Eat That Frog thing, it's already kind of, I believe it's written in a way where it's supposed to be consumed in like quick bite-size type, time frames. Like if you have 5 minutes to spare, you can read that and you're fine with it. Whereas Grit is more like, let's just kind of sit down for like an hour or two, read and get lost into this. It's really not the kind of time I have right now. Maybe that explains why I'm reading through one faster than the other. But I got that leisure time reading in, so that's a plus. Also, I'm taking a free online class. I consider this leisure because it's very interesting to me. It's about magic in the Middle Ages. I think it's in Coursera, so just for fun I'm taking that, and I downloaded the app on my phone so I can just like go through the little video lessons and stuff. It's more to kind of stoke the fire in my brain, like feed the creativity kind of bucket. Yeah, you can't be depleted, so I'm just trying to put as much interesting things as I can in my head, and hopefully it comes back out with something totally different, but coming from a pure place. So we'll see. It's a really interesting class so far. So I definitely got some leisure time in. No gaming though. TV wise, I don't think I really watched anything that was. No, I don't think I did. Yeah. Oh wait, I did manage to sit down and watch Zombieland, the latest one. What is that called? Double Tap. We had DVR'd it, and I've just now gotten around to sitting down and watching it. So it's fun to watch, entertaining, kind of turn your brain off kind of thing and get lost for a bit. So yeah, I got that in this past week. Okay, I think those, as far as getting things done, I think those are pretty much it. I didn't get to draw this past week. Normally I get to squeeze that in around Friday or Saturday, but my Saturday was pretty busy. I'm doing things this week that I normally don't do in other weeks, such as I was having to tutor my niece because they're going to school remotely. She's having issues with some classes, and this one, like, she asked for my help, so it's for her algebra class. Yeah, algebra class. And there's like a particular problem she had an issue with. I'm like, I haven't done this in like 20 years, so I had to really go revisit that stuff. I had to Google some things. It's a quadratic equation, and I'm like, oh, okay. It wasn't that bad once I started looking at the formulas and started kind of doing the calculations and trying to figure out so I can show her how to do it. It wasn't too bad. Things just started to come back to me. I was actually really good at math back in the day. That makes me sound really super old, but maybe I am. I was in advanced classes for math to the point where when I got to high school, freshman in high school, they actually didn't have a math class to put me in at that point. So they were like, how does physics sound to you? I'm like, I'll take it. After that, I don't think I took anything else. I wish somebody would have encouraged me to pursue that path. I don't know what I'd be doing right now, you know? Who knows? At that time, it didn't add up to me. I wanted to do art, and I had my own ideas about my destiny, you know, when you're young, and you're like, I like physics, and I like science, but, you know. Yeah. So that was interesting. So that took me longer than usual on Friday night, because after I finished with my work, I work remotely right now, I actually just went ahead and did that, and it took me like that was 3 hours or something, 2-3 hours, and that pushed back a lot of my activities that I usually do during that time into Saturday. So Saturday, what did I do on Saturday? Yeah, instead of drawing, I'm usually able to record my drawing during Saturday. I actually had to take care of some work stuff. You had to configure my email and things. That didn't take too long, but it took longer than what I had to dedicate to it. So again, it ate up some time, and it kind of just snowballs, you know. Plus, I had my chores that I normally do to kind of keep this household kind of tidied up and not falling apart, and you know, that sort of stuff, daily menial things. And so I didn't get to do that. And we have a birthday here at the household, so today I went and grilled out back, and we all had a nice lunch, and we kind of had we passed out, we had food coma. It was so good. Woke up from a nap, and we're like, you know what, it's too hot to bake a cake, let's just go walk down the street, go get some ice cream, which we did. And right after that is when I started recording this. So this is where we're at right now. So no drawing, but I do plan on drawing tonight though, because I still have plenty of food. We don't have to cook supper, so that's it. I'm just gonna chill for the rest of the day, I suppose. You know, get some drawing done. I think I have to cut down some Bristol pad down to size. I think I'm on my last one. I have several Bristol pads. I just have to kind of cut them down for my grid series. And I really have to start thinking about how long, you know, not how long, what am I going to do? Where am I going with these drawings? Because I think I have an idea, but I really need to kind of flesh it out at this point. Because I think I have 14 pages of it, and there's a reason for that. On top of that, there's another series that I want to start working on and kind of researching and just start working on it. So yeah, probably should do that tonight. Probably gonna try to fit a little gaming in, but honestly, I feel like drawing, so that's more than likely what I'm gonna spend the evening doing. Yeah. Also, very exciting stuff. Not really, but exciting to me. I probably need to go order some more drawing pens. I just use microns. I'm all out of the number 2 ones, so I need to get a whole stack of those. Knowing me, I'm gonna go on the online art store and you know, just probably get some other things I wasn't looking into getting, but this happens to hop into the shopping cart. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really need paper anymore. I have lots. I don't know. Probably should just get the stuff I need, right? You know, save some money. I am looking into a fountain pen though, entry-level fountain pen. So I might I might just get my number 2 pens and then get the fountain pens elsewhere. My birthday's coming up, so I'll treat myself with that. And that's basically it. Alright, I had to pause that audio. I have a lot of noise in the background. I'm sitting right by the window, so I was hoping they wouldn't make a lot of noise, but the neighbors just got home with their young kids to cut the audio off. So I'll try to splice it together so that it makes sense. So anyway, I was talking about art supplies and papers and fountain pens and drawing pens and all that fun stuff. And I think that's it. Oh, journaling. I didn't get to journal at all this past week, you know? So that's another thing. But not too bad. Oh, another thing that I have been doing this past week that I haven't been doing the previous weeks is that I've been studying for my certification test for my IT certs. So that instead of like putting in time for other things, I decided to shift the focus on that because that's very important. So, you know, you have to allocate the time to the things you want to get done. Otherwise, it's not going to get done. Simple as that. So I've been good about that. I think I spent like 2-3 hours during the weekdays after work studying. And I'm really happy about that, and I need to just keep going with it. I'm halfway through the book. It's a very thick book. And once I get done with that, I am going to go take the sample test at the end of each chapter and find my weak points. And once I figure out which ones I'm kind of struggling with a little bit, I'm going to reread those chapters. And I know there's a lot to memorize, so it's not just read the book, take the test, done. No way. There's no way. So I have to read the book, take the test, the sample test, that is. Reassess where my weak points are. Double down on those chapters. Create flashcards for all the acronyms and all the terms that I need to really plant into my head. I need to know it inside and out, kind of thing. And then study those. And I'll probably create custom quizzes online, or an app. Like I'll download an app on my phone, create custom quizzes so I can just test myself. And once I'm confident about those questions, I'll probably track down some kind of sample test online. I don't know if they have them. I'm sure somebody has them. And take those, because it's a time test, so I need to actually time myself and just kind of build my confidence. And then I'll know when I'm ready. Because this is the kind of test I don't really want to fail. I don't want to have to retake it, because it's going to be a blow to your ego. You want to take the test, be confident going in, be done with it, and pass it, you know, and go on to the next goal. So that's the plan. And I've been devoting some time on that during the weekdays. Again, because I reassessed my goals the previous week, my professional goals and personal goals, and that's on the top of my list. So that kind of determines the types of activities I do on my day-to-day basis. On a day-to-day basis. I can't talk today. I'm still kind of sleepy. So yeah. Besides getting those certs, next goal below that, professional. I'll probably get more experience in that field. But one thing at a time, you know. Creative-wise, a goal I have is to probably publish something else using my drawings and stories and stuff. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I have to edit these things together, and I need to go draw. That's what I need to do. I need to edit this. I'm not gonna have any footage for you to watch. I don't have anything from last week, so sorry for staring at a checklist on the screen. But thank you for stopping by and listening in, and have a great week. I will see you all on the flip side. Later.